You know that feeling when one small moment throws off your whole day? A text feels cold, a tone sounds off, a meeting turns tense, a bill hits, and before you even think, your body is already reacting. You want to defend, explain, rush, fix, or shut down. That is the quiet place where people lose control without noticing it. And here's the real point. Your life is shaped less by the big dramatic choices and more by the small reactions you repeat on autopilot. In the next few minutes, I want to show you why calm is not passivity, where your control slips away in ordinary life, and how to build a simple pause that makes you harder to push around. Stay with me, because near the end, I will give you the one overlooked shift that makes calm last instead of disappearing the moment pressure shows up. Shift 1. Notice the hijack. Most people think they are reacting to the event, but often they are reacting to what the event does in the body. Tight chest, hot face, faster thoughts, shallow breath. One sentence, and suddenly you are no longer choosing clearly. So the first move is not to answer, it is to notice what just happened. Silently name it. Anger, fear, shame, pressure. That tiny label creates space. It stops the feeling from pretending to be the whole truth. And once you can see the reaction, you are no longer fully inside it. You are one step back. That step back is where control begins. Shift 2. Slow the body first. A lot of people try to think their way out of overwhelm, but by then the body is already driving. So before you send the message, before you answer the comment, before you make the decision, take one slow breath. Let your shoulders drop. Make the exhale longer than the inhale. It sounds almost too simple, but the nervous system listens to pace. If your body's moving fast, your mind calls that urgency. If your body slows down, your mind gets time to catch up. That is why calm people often seem sharper. They are not always smarter in the moment. They are just less hijacked. And that gives you cleaner words, fewer regrets, and a face that does not give your whole state away. Shift 3. Reduce your volume, not your value. This is where conflict starts controlling people. Someone challenges you, and suddenly you feel like you need to prove everything. You explain more, you talk faster, you pile on details. You keep digging, hoping the extra words will make the tension disappear. Usually it does the opposite. The more you speak from pressure, the less clear you become. So use a smaller response. Lower your voice. Say less. Ask one clarifying question. Something like, "What exactly are you asking?" Or, "Can you give me a second to think?" That tiny delay changes the energy of the room. It tells your mind there is no emergency. It tells the other person you are not easy to rush. Calm is not silence for its own sake. It is precision. Shift 4. Separate urgency from importance. Urgency is one of the easiest ways to control a person. A buzzing phone, a deadline, a pile of unread emails, a bank balance that makes your stomach drop. Once urgency enters the room, your thinking gets smaller. You stop asking what matters. You start asking, how do I make this feeling stop? That is a dangerous switch. So the next time everything feels immediate, ask one better question. What actually needs a response right now, and what can wait 15 minutes? That question is a boundary. It protects you from letting the loudest thing become the most important thing. Because speed is not the same as intelligence, and a rushed decision often costs more than a delayed one. Shift 5. Do not perform for the room. This one is subtle, and it affects almost everyone. You are with friends, or family, or coworkers, and you can feel the atmosphere. Who is annoyed? Who is watching? Who expects you to react a certain way? So you start adjusting. You smile when you do not mean it. You agree too quickly. You become the version of yourself that keeps the room smooth. That is social pressure, and it trains you to abandon your own pace. The fix is simple, but not always easy. Pause before you match the room. You do not have to mirror every mood around you. You do not have to rush into agreement just because everyone else has already spoken. A calm person can stay present without becoming available to every emotion in the room. That is real self-command. Not coldness, not performance, just enough inner space to think before you bend. And now a deeper truth. You are not a broken person who is bad at calm. More often, you are a trained nervous system living in an untrained environment. Look around. Notifications, noise, constant updates, open loops everywhere. Your desk is full. Your phone is full. Your mind is full. Of course, your reactions are fast. The environment has been teaching speed all day. So if you want a calmer identity, do not only promise yourself better behavior, change the default pace around you. Put the phone face down for 1 hour, clear one corner of the desk, open one notebook instead of 10 tabs. Take a short walk before a hard conversation. Sit in silence for 60 seconds before you start work. These are not dramatic acts. They are training repetitions. Shift 6. Practice calm before it is needed. This is the overlooked one. Most people wait until the argument, the emergency, the awkward silence, or the stressful email to practice calm. But by then, the body's already shouting. Real calm is built earlier, in the small moments. Wait 3 seconds before checking the message. Let a minor annoyance pass without commenting. Delay one unimportant reply. Sit with discomfort for a moment instead of reaching for the phone. Why does this work? Because you are teaching your system that not every feeling needs instant action. That is how the pause becomes natural. Not through one heroic moment, but through 100 tiny ones. And once that pause becomes familiar, people can still speak sharply to you. Life can still get messy, but they do not get immediate access to your behavior. That is the real power. What calm really gives you is not passivity. It gives you self-command without drama. It means you can hear something difficult without collapsing into it. You can feel pressure without becoming pressure. You can choose your response instead of donating it to the moment that bothered you. And if you want the clearest test of all, use this one. Imagine your older self watching how you handled today. Would they be proud of the way you rushed or proud of the way you paused? Because one day the score will not be how loud you were. It will be how often you stayed clear when it mattered. So the next time something tries to push you, do not rush to prove yourself. Breathe. Name the state. Slow down, then answer. What is the next small moment in your day that you usually rush through? If this spoke to you, stay with modern clarity. There is more here than self-control. There is a calmer way to live.